Hello, and welcome to part 25 of West Goldfield on City Skylines 2. Now, I do want to start off just saying I am a little sick, so it might be a little mumbly. But today, there are a few things I want to deal with. The first problem I do notice is that people are usually pretty upset with mail handling. I believe this building is an example of that, and as we can see, that is their biggest problem. So to fix this, I am actually going to get more post vans. Now, as we have already been kind of getting rid of some amount of offices, I do think we can get rid of just a few more and put it right here, the new office, or the new post vans. Now, of course, I do want to fix this, and I do not want another low-density office to build in. As we can see, we have more capacity for vehicles. Now, what I am going to do is actually assign this post office to just this district. Additionally, I want to check on this one over here and see that it is dedicated to just this district. Now, I do want to have another post office for these two districts, so I am going to make another one. And I think I'll place it here because it's not necessarily central, but I do think it's placed in a good spot. Now right here my mic was muted, but basically what I am doing is adding another intersection for more connectivity. This is because I realized that it was harder to travel from certain areas, because you would basically have to travel backwards to go forwards again. So I mainly just built this as a fix to that problem. Now right there I noticed that there was a problem with electric and that there was a bottleneck for power not being able to get over here. So I did just quickly fix that. Also, we finished building this intersection, and that really, I think, is going to help with connectivity. Now, last time, I did say that I wanted to build a metro system underground. By the way, we just saw that truck actually use it, too. So, this metro system, I want to replace our tram system. As we can see, there is just insane backups everywhere because of it. And it all is linked to the metro system. Right? Cars really can't drive because there are so many pedestrians. So if we move the system underground, it will give us a lot more space. Now I do want to develop it in areas that have nothing to begin with, like over here and over here. Which, that means we do have to use a development point and look into subways. The first thing we have to do is build a subway yard, which honestly, these are pretty huge T-boats. Now as far as where I'm going to build it, I think somewhere like here would make sense, as we can bring the metros underground, under the highway too. So I think we'll place it down there. And I believe there's another electric problem again, and it's kind of flicking on and off. I think we'll look into that in a minute to fix it, but for now, I think we can just continue with this metro system. Now what I obviously have to do is take a road and put it up to the depot. I do actually think we should pause on the depot for now, and we should look into the power problem. Now I do think at this point the only solution is going to be to bring transformers and pylons over. Now we do have pylons over here already, and I think we could run them along the train track, and then eventually connect it up to a transformer station right here. And that should solve our problem. Now I do want to pause on the subway station again, as we have a ton of demand for housing. Now I do think I want to slowly dezone some of these medium density homes to convert them to high density, as we know that this area along the water is higher in land value, and we also do know we have plenty of demand and people want to move in. So again, we are just going to slowly dezone this area. With that said though, we're not going to get rid of all of the buildings, at least yet, as it is good to have a blend. Pivoting back to our tram system, we will continue to build it. It is also worth mentioning at this point, if we ever need more trams, we can actually allow for that. Before I continue laying out track, I do want to think about where we're going to put our stations. Now, I do think a station definitely needs to go probably here, and probably another one here. Alternatively, though, what I think we could do is put maybe a station here, and just have a bus line that collects people and brings it to that station. Which I actually think that is the move, as we know that we have a good amount of businesses here, and this area is going to continue to grow further. Maybe not quite faster, but it will grow further because we have more space. So I think the first subway should go here. Probably a little closer to the businesses, just to keep noise pollution a little lower. And because it's also near pass-through park, two of them actually, and it actually connects up to here. The next one I would like to place is probably just right here near our already existing tram station, which again I am going to eventually get rid of. Another one I would like to place is again near an already existing tram station. Now, I do think we need to leave a little bit more space, but not a ton. Now currently we can't build one here, just because there isn't space, and we will though once we get rid of the tram lines. Another one could definitely be built here, as again this is a point of high interest because there's a college and just a ton of homes surrounding it. Again, a tram station would fit here and make sense. Now, actually, I think I would like to rethink this tram station. Not tram station, the subway station. And actually just move it here. Now I would like to lay down our tracks underground. And there we go. That is actually our first line done. But we do still have to connect it to the line over here. So what we will do is just take the tram or the subway line and bring it over. Now I do think I actually changed my mind, and I think I will actually place a subway station here. This is because it is kinda central and adds an extra stop here. Now the line seemingly still says it doesn't have vehicles, which I'm not sure why that is, because I believe the the subway station line is connected. As we see, we start at the subway rail depot, and as we follow down along, we see the underground and for a minute overground track go over here, touch into this station, make a turn, make another turn, touch into this station, go straight, go over here, and then just come over here. Like, I don't understand. Everything is connected, and it should be able to... okay. I think I see the issue. I believe I have to add a turn here. And I guess that was the solution, or maybe it fixed itself. What I would like to do, though, is add station services. Now, this increases the comfort of the station, meaning more people will use it. Now what I would like to do is turn off the purple tram line. And actually, it did end up broken, so I do think I will just delete it. Now we have the tram line for the kind of teal color to look at, which is tram line 1. Now, all we have to do is just make a line. So, I will take this station, click it over here, click it there, and then just send it right back. Now, I do want to change its color to again be kind of the teal color, so we know. I do want to change the color of the tramline 1 and make it purple so we know that it is the original one that went throughout the city. Now I'm not sure I'm going to quite yet get rid of this blue line that connects the two cities, but what I will definitely do is get rid of both of these lines. No, I'm gonna leave the blue line actually, but hopefully this will solve our traffic problem permanently. As we can see, the stations really are filling up, which is pretty nice because we see that people are truly using these systems. Now what I would like to do is just vote, well, we can't get rid of that station, but I would like to just get rid of the tram stations around the city. Now that that's done, we do have a few more things to look to. Now, as we can see, there is a burned down car over here, somehow. I mean, I really am just shocked about how many car accidents there are in the city, and I am pretty sure this district has speed bumps, which should reduce accidents. But, who knows? 3-car pileups are apparently a normal thing in this game. Now, I do want to check on our port, and it actually seems to be functioning well as far as traffic. And we are getting super close to getting our intermodal train. Now, I do think we can leave it alone for now because, again, there aren't really any problems here. And what I want to look into is just to check traffic everywhere is flowing smoothly. And it seems like it is, which, that's a pretty cool thing, you know? And, again, I'm seeing that there are just so many, people waiting for hearses, and that there are quite a few people waiting for ambulances. Now, I'm really just not sure why, because there's a little bit of traffic, I guess, but I don't feel like there is just an insane amount to the point where it makes sense that what is happening is happening. I'm also seeing this roundabout is a little glitched, so I hope that maybe just putting a new roundabout in fixes it. But that does not seem to be an option. And again, we see that there are tram tracks there, and we are just unable to get rid of them. And it really is just a cycle of not being able to do anything because everything is locking up everything. Now hopefully that when we add back this road, the tracks won't be there. And there we go. Now we have to build back our road. Or, I'm sorry, the pedestrian path. And there we go. Now I do want to just check on our subway station, and as we can see there are quite a few people using it. Actually, so many that a tram is already full. Now we do already have the max amount of subways we can have on this line, but I do think it should be okay. Now, I do want to continue to switch to high density on the coast, and as we can see, these buildings have disappeared now. Also, we cleared out a lot of space over here, so I think it actually makes sense to build in some high density here too. But currently there is no demand, so we can look towards that later. Now what I want to check on is our oil production, as last time we saw that the game was saying there was no production, but now we can see there is plenty, so much so that we are actually exporting oil. As we can see, there are no jam-ups with these boats, as sometimes I have seen there are. Now, I don't think there is really too much to do that time itself won't fix, except continue to zone in some medium density homes. That is a few homes zoned in, and I also checked on our mail service, which actually is seeming to do pretty nice. And I do also want to point out, at the beginning of this video, this had a huge traffic jam, and now it's actually all cleared up. And I am seeing a little bit of a traffic jam here, but I don't think it's anything too major. Again, there is some amount of, not some amount, there's a ton of traffic over here. But, I mean, I'm honestly not sure how I would fix that, because I don't think a roundabout will fit. Actually, one will, because this line is decommissioned. And now, we can just slide in a roundabout. Which, this isn't a pleasant roundabout because of how many lanes it has. So I do think I will actually convert this road back to be a 4-lane road with a median. Actually, I think I'll change it to a 6-lane road, and when it connects up to the roundabout, we'll make it a 4-lane road. This seems to have helped traffic flow a little bit. Now, I do also want to add a median here, and also get rid of left turns. And there we go. Again, I do think I also want to make this road a 4-lane road, along with the one across from it. Hopefully, this clears up. And right there we saw we unlocked a new milestone. Now with this milestone, we really just got a larger loan limit, and as usual, some money, some development points, and some expansion permits. With that said though, I think this is a good place to leave off the video. Anyways, that's the end of this video, and I really want to thank you for watching through the whole thing. It really means a lot. In the meantime, if you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them down below, and have yourself a great day.